Okay, very good evening. So today we will see about Adafruit Cloud, and this is an important cloud and a free cloud too, which will offer you so many benefits. So first, in order to ensure enter into the account, you have to create an account. So please enter into Adafruit website. So in URL you type Adafruit and give enter. Okay, so here you will be getting an adafruit.com website name. So very first link you have to enter, and here you need to create an account. So you will be given with some information like shop, learning, blogs, forums, videos, and ADA box. So these are all some tutorials available. If you want, you can go through it. For how to make connectivity between your IoT node and to the cloud will be explained here. And for making connection with your IoT device, you have to go to this IO tab, and all before you have to create an account. At first, you please click on to this sign in button. At the top right corner you will be given with a sign in symbol. You just click here, and here you can find a sign up menu. So click on this. So you will be asked with some details: your first name, your last name, and your email ID. So you can use any email IDs. I suggest you to go not to use your personal mail ID, because in this cloud you may be sharing with somebody else to control your devices. So they will be asking so many provisions from your email. So my suggestion is you go with some other email ID other than your personal mail ID. And after that you have to type your username. So this is the name in which you can enter into your Adafruit website, or sometimes you can use your email ID too, so not a problem. So you can use you can create any username here, and your password. So remember, you are going to type your password only once, you are not going to repeat. So carefully you type your password here, and then click on this create account button. Okay, so if you done this, you can create an account in your Adafruit website. And now since I'm having an account already, I'm just going into the sign in. So here you have to type either your email or your username. So I'm going to type my email ID. So this is an fake mail ID that I'm using for cloud like this. And click on to this sign in. So now it will be signed into your account, and here you can see your username, and your account will be available here. And if you want to interface with your IoT devices, you have to go to this option. So after logging into your account, you have to click on to this IO button. Here only we will be configuring our IoT devices. So first you click on this IO, then it will be changed like io.adafruit.com, your website address. And this is where you will be programming your codes here. Sorry, you can view your sensor inputs from here. And for this you have to click on to this feed and click on view all. Okay, so here whatever the feeds that you created will be available. So feed is nothing that you will be having some variable name in order to understand from which particular sensor your data is arrived to this cloud. If you want to see from your feed, you can able to see. Okay, so for that we are creating so many variables here, and here they will be offering you to store maximum 10 number of feeds. Okay, so there is a limitations since it is a free cloud. This is the only limitation. So here you can able to create your new feeds by clicking onto this action button. And if you want to see the existing feeds, that is already created feeds, you may click onto any one feed. If you want, you just click onto, I'm just showing this ultrasonic, this I have created for the last class. And this is how your feed data will be looking like, where you will be given with some graph to represent your datas, and this will be your values, that is ultrasonic sensors distance value. And here in the x-axis you will be given with some timing parameter. See, you can see in what date that data has been arrived and what is the value of that particular data. Okay, and here also, so if there is any variation, you can able to see each and every point at what particular day or time it was sent and what is the data value. And sometimes we may get an peak value also. Here also, if I am clicking, I will be notified with the data. Okay, and here there is another one parameter shown, that is feed history, whether this feed is turned on or not, and what is the maximum size that it possesses. Okay, so that those things, when it is last retrieved your data, and whether it is live now, whether this particular data is available or not, that data is available. And here you can see the date and time in which your data is received and what is the value of your data. Suppose if you are adding your location information, then that could be added here, that will be shown here, so that you can able to understand. Okay, and since you are using an ultrasonic sensor for very many applications, so what is the name of the application also you can mention. Okay, and here you can see the previous data. It will be stored about 10 pages data, right? So in each page about 100 data are available like this. Sorry, 50 data are available. So you can see what is that maximum limit, record limit. And if you want to download your previous data also, there is an option given. So by clicking onto this download all data, you will be provided with the two options, either with JSON file format or CSV file format. So CSV is something like your Excel format, and if you want to generate your data, you can click on here, and there will be an link added, and it will be showing something like pending. So in order to get your previous data, you have to click refresh onto this button, and your data will be getting ready. Okay, so now there is a link generated, and you can download your previous data, stored data. Okay, the storage size is about 29.2 kilobyte, so that much number of data I have stored earlier. And this will be allowing you to download your data once in every 10 minutes. Okay, so since it is a free service, they'll be limiting with this timing format. Okay, so only after 8 minutes only I can able to download my second data. Okay, otherwise I will not be allowed. And this link will be permanent. Whenever you are need of your data, you just click onto this link, and your data will be downloaded, and you can see your data. So for every data there will be an ID allocated. See, this is an ID for every data, and feed ID, it is automatically created for your feed name. This ID is common, and the date in which you are created your data value. And if you click downside, you can able to see all those data. Okay, about 463 data that I have uploaded into this feed. So this is for your future reference. If you want to do some analytics based upon this received data, you can get a data sheet from here, and you can see it in the graph format also. And next important thing is your dashboard. So you click onto this dashboard and click view all, and here only we will be having the dashboard to view all your received sensor data, and controlling buttons are available. Okay, I just want to tell you about the feeds. So one more thing, So if you want to create a new feed, okay, so first you have to go into this action button and click on to this create a new feed, and here you have to give a name, okay, for your feed. For example, if I am going to do some automation for my fan, then I can say it is a fan switch. Okay, fan switch, light switch, or outer light switch, corridor switch. Likewise, I can give any name, or switch 1 2 3. Likewise, also I can give any name here. Or if I want to measure them some temperature and humidity, then accordingly I can give a name here. Okay, and in the description I have to give which particular fan it is. Okay, so this is hall fan. Okay, fan which is located in the hall, corridor, or bedroom, or kitchen. Likewise, I can able to give. This is an optional. If you want, you can give, or otherwise you can leave it free. Okay, no problem. And you have to click on to this create button. Now you can see there is a new feed created, fan switch. Okay, so the date of creation is less than a minute ago, and these feeds are created before. And you have to remember one thing: if the feeds are created long before, then the data may be erased. Okay, so you click onto this alcohol. So here the alcohol sensor data is not at all received. Okay, and also it is 8 months old, so all the data may be erased. Once in every 30 day, they will be erasing all your data, or 31st day your first day data may be overwritten. So likewise, this cloud has a limitation. If you don't want any olden data, so sorry, feeds, you can check that particular feed and you may delete that. So I am just deleting my old datas. Okay, so you have to select whatever the data feeds that you want to delete. So you click onto this action button and click onto this delete selected feeds. Okay, suppose if you by mistake if you select this disable selected field, then the same name cannot be used for future feed creation. Okay, so my suggestion is you please go into this delete selected feeds and click delete feeds, so that it will go off, right? So totally 10 feeds that you can create it in this particular feed menu. Suppose if you are exceeding that 10 feed, in the sense it won't allow you to create any new feeds. Okay, so it will ask you to delete any one of the previous feeds. And this feed also can be created in the dashboard itself, where you won't be seeing that graph, but you can able to create a feed name alone. Okay, so I'll be showing that one. So you click onto this dashboard and click view, and here you can see the previous created databases dashboards. So now what I'm doing is I'm just creating a new dashboard. So for that I'm clicking onto this action button, and you click onto this create new dashboard. It will ask for a dashboard. So a dashboard is a one thing that it will combine many sensors into a one platform to see all together. Okay, whereas in the feed, if you click onto one particular feed, you can able to see that particular data alone. You cannot compare the other datas, right? Other feed datas. For example, if you create 4 switches for your light and fan and refrigerator and your AC, then all 4 switches, if you want to control, it cannot be possible in the case of your feed. Okay, where you can monitor alone. If you want to give a control only with the help of this dashboard, it is possible. Okay, so for that you have to first come to the dashboard and create a name for your project. Okay, this is actually your project name, I can say. Okay, so here in this case I am just naming it as an office automation. Okay, so this can be anything. If you want, you can describe it. So this is BIT office, I will tell you, because we may have a fan switches for every room, so individually. So if you want to specify where it is exactly available, then you can add a description, and the name is also optional. Whatever name you wish, you can give it here, and click on to this create button. Now an office automation dashboard is been created, and you can see the date and time here. And if you want to configure this particular dashboard, you please click onto this office automation dashboard. Now this is the environment where you will be finding all the dashboard elements. Okay, so here you can add your sensors, plots, charts, and your icons, and your controlling switches, everything. Okay, so whatever the things you require, you can add it here. And for this there is an add symbol available, so create a new block. For this you have to click on to this plus button. So here you will be given with very many blocks, so each block will have its own advantage. Okay, so first one is a toggle block. So this toggle block is acting like an switch. Okay, so you can see this is an on switch. Suppose if you click on to this button, it will become an off. Okay, so let me explain this. First you click on to this button, and you have to select one of the feed which you have created already. Okay, now in this case I have created a fan switch, so I can select this. Suppose if your feed is required feed is not at all shown here, then you can create a new one from this box. Okay, so simply like light switch, if I'm typing, and if I'm clicking onto this create button, it will immediately create that switch. Okay, feed. Okay, and after that I have to select that corresponding feed. So now I'm going to configure one switch. That switch will be mapped with this light switch. Okay, so likewise I'm going to configure, and I can click on to the next button, and here I will be given with some optional title. For this switch, if I want to name anything, I can give it here. Okay, so again I'm giving it's a hall light, and if I want to see when it is turned on what text I want to see, I can type it here. So first button, when it is on, I have to show it like on, and when it is off, I have to show it like an off. Somebody may need 1 and 0. For on condition it may be 1, for off condition it may be 0. Likewise they may configure, or if you wish you can configure like logic 1, logic 0, whatever the thing you wish you can give it here. But remember, the same thing you have to do it in the program. Okay, so here I'm leaving it as on and off, and by default what is the switch position, you can select it here. Okay, so since it is an on and off switch, by default the switch should be in off mode. Okay, so for that I'm giving an off. Suppose if you wish to turn on the switch at the initial stage, when it is reset or when it is configured initially, if it has to be on, then you can give it on here, so that it will display a switch in the on position. Okay, when it is configured. So most probably we used to start with off, so you type it here as a off. So this might be your test value, and you can click on to this create block. Now your block has been created, and whenever you press this button, it will turn on, and if you click again, it will turn off. Okay, so the time and the date in which you are giving that input will be shown at the bottom. So on, off, likewise, and whatever the things you are doing here, it will be reflected in your feed also. So in feeds menu, if I'm going to the light switch, I can able to see my data inputs. See, very many times I have switched on and off, right? So whatever the input I'm giving from the dashboard, or whatever the things I'm seeing from the dashboard, I can able to view it in this feed also. So that's one thing. And again I'm going to my automation dashboard, and if you want to add another one new feed, again you have to click on to this add button. Okay, so create new block, you click on to this, and the second button will be an reset button. Okay, if you want to switch any particular element for a momentary time, okay, for few seconds or few minutes, if you want to turn or turn off, then you can use this button. Probably for calling bell they will be using this. Okay, so calling bell in the sense you have to press it once. Okay, it will ring and it will again go into off state, likewise. Okay, so if you wish, you can click onto this button, reset button, and you can configure with any one value. So in this case I am just configuring it with the switch. Okay, so switch for reset, and click on to the next step. So here you have to configure. Okay, so configuring for calling bell, and the button name is like a reset switch, or you can say it is press here. Okay, whatever the text you wish to show on to this calling bell, button, then you can type it here, and the press value is 0, release value is press value is 1, release value is 0. Suppose if you go with some inverted logic, okay, negative logic in the sense, you can create a 0 here. For press value it is 0 and the release value it may be 1. And if you wish to change the color in which it appears, then you can click on here and you choose any one color you want, okay. And the test value, suppose in the initial stage what value it has to shown, you can configure. I will be typing with 0 because initially it should not be turned on. And I can click onto this create block. Now I can see the button. So when I am pressing, it will generate 1. If I am releasing, it will generate 0, okay. So this also you can see it in the feed menu, so where your switch has been configured. Now you can see the zeros and ones, okay. Whatever I have done, now it will be showing here on and off, or 1 and 0 likewise. And previously I have connected this one with the on and off switch, so that's why previous values are like on and off. Now I have connected with the reset button, the same feed I am connected with the reset button, so it is showing like an zeros and ones. And next one is create new blocks. So here you can see a slide bar, okay. So slide bar is something like varying your input values, okay. So it depends upon your application. So if you assume like an controlling your fan speed, okay, fan regulator, if you want to adjust, then you can use this button slider. Or if you wish to increase or decrease your volume of speaker, then you can use this button. Or if you wish to increase or decrease your AC level, then you can use this button. Likewise, whenever there is a variation available, various values if you want to send, then you can use this slide bar, okay. So by clicking onto this slide bar, you can configure with any one feed available. So I am going with the fan switch, okay. Sorry, this is this fan regulator, I can say. This should not be a switch, this might be a regulator. So I'm creating a new feed for regulator, and I'm clicking on this and select next step. Now it will be asking some data. So here you can give optional values. So I'll be typing the name as fan regulator, okay. And slide minimum value, what is the minimum value that it has to be started with? In the case of your AC switch, the regulator may be started from your minimum 15 or 16 to maximum 30 to 35 degrees Celsius, not more than that, right? So likewise, you may be limited with some minimum value and maximum value. In that situation, that minimum value you can give it here. But since it is a fan regulation, I have to add some resistance value. It might be 0 resistance for maximum speed of running, and maximum resistance for minimum speed of running. So here in this case, I am just adding some value as 1000 itself, okay. So 0 to 1000. And for each increment, if you drag this particular knob, for each increment how much value that it has to vary, you can set it here. If you set like 1, in the sense it will change in a very minute manner, 1 2 3 4, likewise it will change. If you increase the step as 100, in the sense within a 10 step it will cover all the 100 values, 1000 values, right? So for maximum 10 step will be allowed. And if your fan wants to run with some 5 different location, then you can add like a 200 step size, okay, so that you will be getting 5 different speed, okay. So but in the case of your AC controller, you can set this step size as 1, because 16 17 18 likewise we may increase our temperature value, okay. If you want to change minute, then you can give 0.5 also, it is up to you. Then the slider label. So you are changing one value, but what is the unit of that value if you wish to display, then you can add it here, okay. So in the case of your fan regulator, it is a fan speed, so it is in the resistance value, unit of resistance is ohm, okay. So ohms I can say 100 ohms, 200 ohms likewise. In the case of your AC or AC switch, then you can add like a temperature, that is degree Celsius or degree Fahrenheit. Likewise you can give a unit name here. And if you wish to give like ultrasonic sound sensor, the centimeter may be your unit. Okay, so likewise depending upon the slide label you can give, depending upon your application you can give slide label. And accuracy level, if you wish to give 4 decimal accuracy, 2 decimal accuracy, you can adjust it here. And some test value randomly what it has to show at the initial stage you can give. So I'll be giving something like 500. So at the initial stage it will start from 500 likewise. And I can click onto this creator blocks. Okay, so likewise I can add any number of datas, that is blocks. And even for a single field I can create more number of buttons. Okay, that I will tell you now. So you can click on to this create blocks, and you can again click on to this stream. Okay, so stream in the sense your date and time and the data value will be shown in text format. Okay, so now I'm just configuring again with the light switch. Okay, so light switch I'm clicking on and I'm giving a next step. So here I can see this manner, in this manner I can see my data, your date, time, and the parameter feed name and the data value. Okay, so it is light switch, right? So it is light switch. Font size, if you wish to increase, then you can given with some medium large level fonts also available. And the color in which you need to show your value also possible. Here only drawback is if you double click onto any parameter, then your block will disappear. Okay, so by mistake I have double clicked it, so it is gone. So I can change any color here. And if I want to show my feed name, okay, so at the top you can see there is a feed name available. If you wish to show that, you can click on S, and your timestamp, that is your current time, if you wish to add, you can click on S. And showing location, if location availability is there, then if you wish to show, then click on yes. And if you want to show some errors, if you didn't get any values from your sensor, or if your IoT device is not connected, likewise if you get any error, if you want to see it in the cloud, then you can give it yes for this. Then your errors will be shown like a red in color. Then click on to the create blocks, so you can get your streaming value for your same switch. The same for the same switch I have added a switch also here. Okay, on and off switch I have added stream as well as the on and off switch. So now I am clicking onto the next block. So if you wish to display some text and all, you can able to add a text parameter by using this. And for displaying your data in the gauge format, as like it is displaying in your vehicles speed indication, if you wish to see your data in this format, then you can click on to this gauge block. Most probably your temperature and humidity kind of data will be shown in this gauge format, so it will be very good looking. So click on to this, and here you can configure with ultrasonic sound. Okay, or if you wish to add temperature, you can add. Okay, temperature if you wish to create, then click on to this temperature, and you check this temperature block and click on to the next step. Then here you can give a block title. Okay, so here it is displaying temperature. And what is the minimum value? Minimum temperature here, it won't decrease below 20. Okay, so I can start from 20. Why? Because if I'm starting from 0, that may not be give me small changes. If my data is changing from 32 to 32.5, that difference I cannot able to sense if my value is starting from 0 to 100. So depending upon the region in which we are living, we can able to configure this value. So here it won't fall below 20, and also it won't raise above 40. Okay, so in this case I can give like 20 to 40 is the range of value, so that you can accurately see what and all the changes happening even it is in very small value. And the gauge, width of the gauge we can change. So it is already in 25. If you wish to increase the width, you can increase to 25 to 40, 50 likewise. And next one is a value gauge label, and here most probably this temperature sensor values were measured in degree Celsius, so I can put like degree Celsius. Okay. And low temperature warning, if this particular temperature is reached, if you wish to see the warning, then you can add a warning cutoff value. Okay, so here I'll be adding like a 25. If the temperature falls below 25, I have to see a warning. Okay, now I can set random temperature here. I'm choosing like an 23 degrees Celsius. Now I can see a warning because the lower cutoff region is 25. Since my value is 23, I will be getting a warning in yellow color. Okay, and if I'm setting some higher warning, high level warning, then I can add it here. So since my maximum gauge value is 40, I'll be setting that upper limit as 35. So above 35, if my temperature crosses, it will show an indication. For example, I'll write 38. So now also I'll be getting some warning in yellow in color. If my data is between these two, for example 31 I am setting in the sense, I'll be getting a blue color representation. It means it is in the moderate range. So average range it is working, I can able to understand. And if it is going beyond that level, so 40 is the maximum, by mistake if it is going like 45, then it will show red in color. It's a critical stage. Okay, so likewise I can able to understand what level of data that I am getting in this cloud. Okay, and there is another information. This particular cloud is available in the format of app2. Okay, so you can in future, if you wish to download it in your mobile phone, that you can easily done. Okay, now I'm setting the test value as 31, and decimal place if you wish to adjust to 3 to 4, then you can add it here. And the icons, sometimes if you wish to add some icons like cloudy, sunny, or it is hot, likewise if you wish to add, then you will be provided with so many icons here. Okay, and that icons you can add by clicking onto this show icon button. Okay, by clicking onto this, then if you click on this drag downward arrow symbol, then you can see your icons. Since internet is slow, it is taking time. Okay, later on you just try it once, so you'll be given with so many icons. You can choose one among the icon from this listed. Okay, then you click on to the create blocks, so your gauge will be appearing here. Okay, now you see everywhere your blocks were placed one below another. Okay, and if you want to rearrange these things, okay, it is possible just by clicking this edit dashboard layout button. Okay, so this is nut shaped icon is available, so you click onto this, you will be given with some movable symbol. Okay, so if it is appearing like an plus symbol, then you can move it to anywhere you wish, you want. Okay, simply you can drag and drop your blocks. So I'll be adding my fan regulator and my hall light here. So you may be looking with your mobile phone sometimes, or with different screen sized laptops or desktops. So in that situation, if visibility is not good, you can change by dragging this particular blocks. And remember, after placing everything, after rearranging everything, you have to click on to the save button, otherwise your changes may not be done. Okay, may not be displayed. And even you can edit your feed values too. For example, by clicking onto this edit dash button, and again by clicking onto this edit blocks I can even change my feeds. Okay, so now I have configured this one for temperature feed. If I wish to change to ultrasonic, I can give it here. Okay, and in the next step I can able to change the other parameters. It will be something like water level. Okay, and the minimum value, maximum value, whatever the things you want to change, you can change. And for water level, your distance will be in centimeter. Okay, you can change the unit as centimeter, and the test value again, if you wish, you can give it like 31, and you can apply to the block. Okay, so likewise also it is done, and you remember to click on to this save, so that it will be done. Okay, so next block which is available in this Adafruit cloud is the photos. Okay, images. So some fellow may be interested in taking pictures everywhere and posting it into the social media. So for them, whenever they want to take a picture, then that has to be appeared in the cloud, in the sense you can configure it via this particular image. Then you can post this particular image in your database, or otherwise if you wish to take a snapshot of your home's camera, that is security camera available in your home or office, then that can also be added here. Okay, so simply by placing one ultrasonic sensor at your door front, and whenever there is a person nearing to your door, then automatically a snapshot will be taken and it will be posted in this cloud. So for anywhere from from the world, you can able to see your picture that is taken by your security camera. So likewise also you can done. So for this you can click onto this image, and you can configure with some image feed. Okay, so for that, if you wish, you can create a new feed called image. Sorry. Now you have to create a image feed. So I am creating one with the same name, image, and then click onto this create button. Then check this image menu and click next step, and block type optional. So this is from my security camera in front of my office. So likewise I am adding, and the image, test image, if you wish to show it here, then you can give the location of that particular text image, and then you can create block by clicking onto this create block. Now your security camera image may be ready, and whenever you send an image from your device, then that will be shown here. And next feed is that you can click onto this plus menu, and you can see the line chart. Okay, so whatever the data you wish to show it in line chart format, then you click here, and I can able to plot that line chart for my temperature. So previous day what is my temperature, and today what is my temperature. Likewise, if I wish to compare, then I can go with the line chart. So check this temperature, whatever the feed you wish to connect with, you please click on here, and then click next. Then there is an optional for your block title. I will be given with the temperature, and hours format, how many data that you wish to show, you can click here. So whether it is 24-hour data, 8 hours data, 1 hour data, or live data alone, no history, that is only with the live data. Or if you wish to show the previous days data, 2 days data, 7 days data, or 30 days data, if you wish to show, you can click on here. So I would suggest you to go with the 24-hour data, so that each and every hour will be mentioned here. If you go with the week data, then every day what is your data, it will be shown. Okay, and for your x-axis label you can give. So in the x-axis I am giving hour. Okay, because I have shown I have chosen as 24-hour data, so in x-axis I can save it as hour, and in the y-axis I can give the temperature in degrees Celsius. Okay, so likewise I can configure my x-axis and y-axis, and if you wish to start your y-axis with the minimum value, then you can create it here, and maximum value if you wish to give, then you can set it here. Decimal places also if you wish to add, you can. Only if you wish to show the raw data, you can check this particular box, and stepped line format if you wish, you can click onto this. Otherwise your gap will be something like an random format. Okay, and you click onto this create block. So now you can see there is a plot. So this particular plot you can see it in your feed itself, but here you can personalize. Okay, so there you cannot adjust your minimum level, maximum level and everything, but here you can adjust everything. Okay, so that's an important why we are adding the streaming here. And next one is your color picker. Okay, so in mood based light controlling, you will be allowed to choose a random color from the for your light. Okay, suppose if you add a multicolor LED or multicolor light in your home, and depending upon your mood or depending upon your timing, if you wish to change the color of the light, then that can be easily done from here. Okay, so this color picker will give you a random colors, very different colors. So by selecting this particular color, that particular combination will be sent to your node MCU or your controller, and your controller will send this information to the light, that is multicolor light, to change that color, because during the night time we may need a white color LED, and during daytime we may get a small multicolor LED, or during the when we are sleeping we need to decrease the intensity, mild color light we need. So likewise, if you wish to change the intensity or if you wish to change the color, then this will be helpful. So click onto this color picker, and for your light switch you can configure. So not for switch, you can set a new variable for color, or and this one for hall light or bed light I can configure. In office automation there won't be bed light. Or table light, I can say my table light. And the color value I can change it here easily. Okay, so depending upon the upon our need, I can able to click select a color here. So if I wish to change something like this, I can click, and please click on save, so that color will appear here. Okay, click onto the create blocks. Now you can see the color picker. Okay, so when you click onto this symbol, it will offer you to choose a random color. Okay, so you can even change from here also. Okay, so this is mood based light controlling. And next one is something like a map. Okay, and whenever you wish to track anything, like your personal asset or your children or any truck or your friends, then you may add this particular map along with your device, IoT device. So GPS sensor present in your node MCU will give you the location, and that will be mapped with your Google map, and that map will be shown in this particular dashboard. Okay, so this dashboard is one thing. You can add very many blocks. Okay, so it is a customized one. So from my office, if I wish to see where my college bus is exactly available, I can able to add that data. Okay, so this is bus location I'm adding. So I'm creating a new feed called bus location, and that I'm mapping with my Adafruit cloud, and click on next step, and here you will be given with bus optional title, and for Sati bus, I'm adding this location in the sense I can give that name here, and hours of history Okay, if you wish to see the previous data, then you can give it like 1 2 3 4 likewise. If you wish to see the real-time data, then you can type like a 0. And map contrast, street map or satellite map or high contrast map, whatever the thing you need, you can select it here and then click on to the create block. Now your map will be added. This is similar to that of your Google map. Okay, even you can adjust the view, so like this. Okay, once if you connect with your sensor, then automatically your India map will be replaced here. And next one is a button. Okay, for remote control applications, from here you can able to operate simply by placing some IR sensors in your Node MCU device. From your office you can control your home appliances. Okay, even your home TV remote control you can operate from there. It is possible. So for that, remote control like structure is given. So it is something like moving up, down, volume increase, and choosing the channel number. Likewise, it will be there. So you click onto this and you may configure it to TV control and click onto the create and check this TV control block and next step. So it will be similar to that of your TV remote controller. Volume plus minus, setup, set a stop mode and enter or save, or you can go up, down or left, right likewise, and you can increase your volume 10 times, or you can reset the previous value 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 up to 0. Likewise, it will be offering you with so many buttons. Okay, so this we can configure like TV remote. And test value, if you wish you can give, otherwise you can leave it empty. Create a block. And next one is your cloud icon. Okay, so I told you, right, for different blocks you may add your icon, but icon is a separate block available. So many different icons are available. For example, if you wish to add like an accident happening in a road, then you can add like an ambulance kind of symbol. So whenever there is an accident happened, then that particular symbol will be, icon will be blinking. Okay, so in the normal case it will be in off mode. Suppose if there is an action occurs, then it will turn into that color. You may configure it like red in color or yellow color. Likewise, the attractive color you can give for this icon so that it can display. And weather monitoring, reporting kind of things, if you wish to add the cloudy, sunny or winter kind of sessions, you can able to display it here by using this different icons. Okay, and indicator, this will be something like your LED. Okay, if you don't have the LEDs manually to be added in your Node MCU, then that one you can create virtually in this cloud. Okay, so by clicking onto this indicator, then you can configure it to with any particular switch or LEDs, so that you can see what is the present status. Okay, for on time what is the color, for off time what is the color, you can able to choose. Okay, and what is the status of this particular LED, or you can name it to something else. And even you can set a condition here. Suppose if this particular value is received, then you may turn into green or you may turn into red. Likewise, you can apply some conditions here. Okay, so for that less than, greater than, less than or equal to symbols were given, and the values also you can able to set. Suppose if the value is equal to 2, it will turn into red in color. If the value is 1, then it will become an ordinary color like a green. Likewise. Okay, so you can click on to the create block. And next, if you wish to add another one button like this number pad, most probably used for sending your data from cloud to your Node MCU, we will be using this number pad. It will allow you to type the ABCD characters, A to Z characters with 1 2 3 4 0, right? And also you can put dot, you can put hash. Likewise. Okay, mobile phone keyboard kind of things you can able to design. And you can add a multi-line text. So this is single line text, this multi-line text available. You can able to add this and the dashboard links also you can able to give for the other dashboard. Okay, if you click onto this, you can jump into the other dashboard. So like this, we may have a number of parameters, so that you have to configure with your Node MCU kind of controllers. Okay, so this will be an easy cloud where you can personalize easily, and your app can be installed in your mobile phone, so that you can see what is the changes happening, and even you can send some control information through this particular app. Okay, thank you.